Hi. Tonight I'm at Ewood at the Fox and Hounds, and I'm with Bolton and Blackburn fans. Blackburn, are you ever going to be anything other than one-season wonders?
Well, I think this season's proving that we're not one-season wonders to be where we are in the league this year. We've been second and third more or less all the season, so you can't say we're one-season wonders. All right, we dipped after we won the championship, but I think that was more down to the management than anything else. We're not buying the right type of players. We bought squad players instead of proven internationals that we needed at the time when we were going into Europe.
I would say this too, as don't you feel though that the true gulf between being the best and being elsewhere in the Premiership was shown when you came to Old Trafford this season?
We didn't do it.
Hang on a minute.
We
two
did
own
the
goals,
wrong.
2 breakaways. But apart from that, we
made a draw to a piece. We scored 2 at goals.
Yeah.
Yes, unfortunately wrong net.
We still got a goal.
Lucky beat us.
What was the score when
the bottom of the league?
3-1.
3-1?
3-1, but they scored that one at last minute. Nathan Blake should have sewn it up for a draw, but he missed from like 4 yards out.
I mean, you guys, you are the original yo-yo team, aren't you? Why do you bother to come up? Why do you bother to come up?
Money.
Yeah?
They want the money and go back down for the fans.
But I mean, last
For a good
season,
then
you
get promoted.
absolutely flattened.
I know.
You ran away with the First Division title like no other team has run away with
Worst
it.
come to worst, we'll do that next year.
We might have to do it again, yeah.
But don't you want to stay up? Wouldn't you
I
like to
think we'll stay up. We'll
consolidate?
stay up this time.
What do you think you need to do to stay up, other than by ageing
Bye.
unproven strikers? Like
What have
Dean
you got
Holdsworth?
against Bob Taylor?
Yeah,
He
apart from
played
his
well
missing
last
them.
week.
Yeah, he did, but he just kept missing, didn't he? I saw
The
that.
goalkeeper got his foot in the way as well.
If he'd scored in that first minute, it would have been a completely different game, wouldn't
Definitely,
it?
yeah.
And he would have been a different player. I don't think he knew what had hit him. The reserves at West Bromwich Albion.
When we're playing well, we can't be beat. Man United couldn't beat us at home this year.
Well, I know. Well, that was because Nathan Blake flattened Gary Pallister. We had 10 men, didn't we? Well, we should have had 11, as he got turned over.
So you need 11, do you?
We need 11 to beat anybody most of the time, yeah.
You'll have 12 though, don't you, with referee?
You're in the wrong pub.
You usually play with 14 anyway, don't you, mate?
Yeah.
You bring your
Well,
referee
the
and 2
referee and 2
linesmen.
linesmen. Yeah.
And a watch
4.5
keep.
hours.
Okay, but listen, we're not here to discuss Manchester United. We're here to discuss Bolton and Blackburn. I'm very
You
happy to
started
sit.
I'm glad you've said that. We're just here to talk about football.
Okay. Okay, when are Blackburn going to finish the ground too? Because I mean, you've got a beautiful ground apart from the one stand. And
The problem is the river. To extend it, they have to go over the river, and it's talking a
just
lot more
impossible,
cost.
yeah.
And I don't know whether the council would allow it or whatever. I don't know about that side of it. But he said if the ground does need developing again, that they will do it.
they will do it. Like, I mean, we had Manchester United rather had to buy all
I
the
thought you
land
weren't going to
behind.
talk about Manchester United.
Yeah.
We're talking about football tonight.
Oops, okay,
Man
I will
United
try not to mention them anymore. But I mean, where do you feel Blackburn are going to be? Do you think if Jack Walker ever pulled out, what can you see happening to the club then?
We'll probably win the league again.
Second division.
I don't know. You can only go off what he said. He said the money's there in trust funds and whatever to keep the club as where it is now in the Premier League.
Yeah.
And as he said at the end of last season, that we'll never ever be in that position again where we'll be struggling in the Premier League. He said he wouldn't allow it to happen.
He's going to. And do you think Roy Hodgson's done a good job? I mean,
Fantastic
you must
job.
be thrilled.
Excellent job.
Brilliant.
Excellent job.
Because he hasn't bought in that many players, has
No,
he?
he hasn't, no.
Hencho, Darlin, who's barely played.
I think Bolton have spent more on players this season than Blackburn have, and look where they are. So I think that.
Roy Hodgson's about £12 million in credit.
They're all out.
Yeah, we had a lot of injuries.
You're here again with an
All got
hard
them,
story. It's just same as what you had
Yeah, like you
season
say, we've
before.
spent a lot of money, but we haven't got the strength in depth. Well, you've got strength in depth from years ago when you spent 2 million years ago. We've not
20
got
million
that.
Yeah,
years
we've
ago,
shipped
yeah.
a lot of those players out, though, haven't we?
You
The old
signed
Signals,
Robbie Elliott
Forest
this
and all
year.
that.
He broke his leg, yeah. We had the chance to sign him, but he failed a medical at Blackburn. But you went and signed him, so, I mean...
Yeah, but he broke his leg. That's nothing to do with any niggling injuries, thigh and all that. He broke his leg. That doesn't come up on a physio scan, does it?
Is that not an injury, that broke leg?
Yeah, but he wouldn't have had it when he started.
And Neil Cox has just come back in.
Neil Cox has just come back. We've got Fish out.
Yes.
Mark Fish.
Fish out of water.
World class player, Mark. World class.
Well, he thinks he's world class, doesn't he?
I think he's
Fish were world class. He didn't look like world class down at Ewood when we played him. When Ripley tore him inside out.
He's a young player.
Whether he stood on his head or his ass.
It was Gallagher. Gallagher did the damage with him.
Ripley destroyed him and put the balls across for Sutton Gallagher to score.
I think. I mean,
For the first 20 minutes,
I know it's
what were
supposed
they
to be
on?
a centre half. We were playing all over
What
the
were
place.
they on for
weren't
the first 20 minutes? Because we're just asleep first 20 minutes. But after that, I thought we
What
picked
were you
up.
on? We were just playing a nice, quiet game. We didn't need to excel, did we?
I think the fitness told definitely first 20 minutes. You looked a lot fitter than us, and
you
you seemed
mentioned-
to know what you were doing. That was the difference.
You mentioned in there about fitness. Since Roy Hodgson took over here, he brought in a fitness trainer. And you're on about injuries. At this moment in time, I think we have only got one injured player. And I think the fact that he's brought in this fitness trainer, changed the diet and the way they train and the amount of training that they do, I think that shows itself what these fitness trainers are doing. And other clubs are trying to bring them in. Tottenham's trying to bring one in. Arsenal have brought it in.
Chelsea have done it.
Chelsea have done it. They've all got fitness trainers. And I think obviously it's a thing that's come over from Italy. And obviously it's working down here because usually at this time of year we've got 4 or 5 players out with injuries.
We don't want it moving.
Have you got a fitness trainer? I mean, do you think you have the staff to build a team that is capable of staying up?
Well, I mean, the Everton game, he had £15 million worth of signings on the sidelines, injured.
Yeah.
I mean, he still put out a team that played well. I mean, the problem is scoring goals. We're still playing nice football. We have done all season. We just can't seem to score goals.
Because I mean, last season you were knocking them in for fun.
Well, we might have to do it again.
I mean, you really were bashing them in for fun, and it just shows. And you actually play more games in the second division, 8 more games. First division rather. It's 46 games a season, so you're actually playing more games than in the Premiership.
Maybe that's what's wrong with us. Maybe we should start having fun again instead of being serious.
Yeah.
Start scoring plenty of goals.
I think
It's a more kick and run game in the first division, isn't it?
it is more fun in the first division, but you seem to take teams apart. You have the players to do it, and I think once you get into Premier, some of the players perhaps aren't up to the job. They have
Right.
to work to the team.
It's a big step up though.
It's a
from the
huge
nationwide to the-
transition, isn't it?
And the Premier League's the best league in the world now.
Yeah.
You know, and you can't say the nationwide
The
Division
gap's
1 to
growing
second.
more, isn't it,
best.
all the time.
Yeah.
Every season, the gap's growing more because more and more international players are coming in to play for teams. And whereas I don't think it's a good thing myself personally because I think it's going to affect the England side in years to come. Whereas our English lads aren't going to get a game. They're going to take over all these foreigners.
Went down last year, they're all up there.
They're all flying now.
The first, second, and about fourth. They're all up there. Yeah.
That will happen for years.
So we're going to have a set of yo-yos every year.
Teams what are in that first division, you've Man City, teams what aren't even challenging,
QPR,
you know.
Queen's Park Rangers, Wolves.
Man City haven't walked up. They haven't walked up to the
In
fact.
recent times.
City haven't walked up for about 20 years,
when
haven't
they
they?
were
They think-
top
One
quality
second.
sides, weren't they?
Yeah.
You know, it's a bad league to get out of, and there's some big teams down there.
Because I was talking to a friend of mine who is a great Blackburn Rovers fan. He's not so much a great Blackburn Rovers fan anymore. He is a Blackburn fan, but he doesn't come to many games. And he actually said to me that he felt that the club had lost some of its tradition and history since it's been promoted, since Jack Walker came in, because they were very happy and comfortable as the old second division, first division club. And now that you've been promoted, you've moved into the big money league. And as you said, there's no going back. Once you've
Who was
tasted that.
happy? Who did he think were happy when we were
No,
in
I
the second
mean, I
division
think-
team? We used to get crowds of 8,000.
Yeah, I think he felt that he could come down here. He obviously came here as a boy. He could walk into the ground, watch the game, and now he can't do that.
They can come and sit down and watch the game. Ken,
Yeah.
what's up with you? Does not want to pay 16 quid, do I?
I'm sure he could afford to.
We're
But
not
I
getting
mean,
round to standing up at Man United, are we? All right.
but I mean, Blackburn have only been in the top flight 16 years since the war. You've spent most of that time in the second division, and that,
We've been in the Premiership ever since it started.
yeah. But that's only been going 5 years, hasn't it?
Well, that's all that matters, isn't it?
Yeah. No, I'm not saying I feel Blackburn deserve to be there, but I mean, this is a friend of mine. This was just an opinion of someone I was talking to about Blackburn.
Well, we were in the league in 1875.
Yeah. I mean, you're both founding members.
Founding members, both of us.
Yeah. And you have
You
a
look-
great history, 6 FA Cups.
You look at the teams round here. well, I'm not even going to mention them who haven't turned up tonight. Well, you got like, the lads from like Preston and Blackpool. In the day, all big clubs
Yeah.
in this particular area.
Yeah.
And
They've all been
at one time, we were all,
yeah.
level,
Where it started,
we were all
really.
on a level playing field with the likes of Liverpool, Everton. But at the end of the day, the big city clubs can, you know,
There's a lot more support.
There's more
Yeah.
support.
Yeah, I mean that's where Blackburn do fall down. Your catchment area is small,
Very
and you're
small.
in competition with a lot of other big clubs.
Yeah.
That's what you said about tradition. To get anywhere, you've got to lose that.
Yeah.
You've got to move forward. You can't stick with tradition.
I mean, have you? Do you feel that Bolton have suffered from moving from?
yeah, they have. They've lost a lot of tradition, definitely.
Yeah.
I do not like sitting down in a game. I always like to stand up. I mean, 20 years ago, we'd come to Rovers, all your local games. It was a much better atmosphere standing up, and that's what we miss now. I mean, we've got a fantastic stadium, and seat for seat.
beautiful, isn't
It's
it?
probably as good
Can't
as
stand up,
anywhere in the
The
country.
thing where when we came to your stadium the other year and stood up, we couldn't see half of the game for a bloody supermarket stuck in where.
That saved us. That saved us from going under. So I mean, it was a necessary evil.
Save you, but we're awful. We had to pay money and stand there and watch somebody go bloody shopping, haven't we?
Erling got a better position, like where you could have seen round it.
Not do your shopping while you were there. Like.
It's only my wife shopping, but you went so much.
You can pop into the ground. Yeah, you can do that down at Selhurst Park too. Pop into Sainsbury's, put your shopping in the car, and then hop into the match. It's very, very convenient.
You must
down
admit
there.
though, lads, it's better now, isn't it? Go to the
Miles
ground,
better, yeah.
sit yourself
I
down,
just
you
wish
can
we
watch the
could have
match in
built it in
comfort,
the
you can
same
see
position.
all the four-corner flag, it's brilliant.
But what a ground it would have been if you could have still stood up without bringing this Taylor report into it. I mean, you could have still built the same sort of ground, fantastic ground, but you could have still had standing areas, which they haven't done.
No, it's not standing areas you need. It's I think Arsenal have tried it. It's what they call designated singing areas, where you haven't got a seat. You buy a ticket for that particular area. You don't buy a seat. You go in, you sit anywhere. But that is, you know, where all your lads get together. That's a major thing that's, I think's happened since people have started sitting down. Everybody's split up. When you go away from home, it's
You don't get
different. You
together.
get
Yeah, 'cause
together.
you're all together then,
You're all
aren't
together.
you?
When you're at home, you're not. You split about.
of course,
And I think that's something that what's looking at is these what they call designated singing areas. And I think that would improve your atmosphere at grounds. Like at Ewood Park, I think they made a major mistake in making the family stand above the Blackburn end. Because that's where you used to get all your atmosphere from. It should have been all Blackburn end supporters there and all your singing supporters in that end, which would have created more atmosphere apart from having the family stand above it. I think that should have been done elsewhere.
Because there's nothing more annoying than if you are an enthusiastic supporter who likes to sing, than being around people who are always forever telling you to sit down, shut up. I mean, it drives you mad, doesn't it?
It's not only singing, it's the swearing as well. You've got them now, the clubs, whereas everybody goes through a match and you let off steam and everybody lets a few words go.
Yeah.
But now you've got stewards running around telling you give over swearing and this, that and t'other. It's a football match. People go, you know... You don't try to offend anybody. You're not trying to offend anybody, but if something happens on the pitch, you don't, oh, excuse me, that man kicked our man. It just doesn't come out right, does it?
The blighter.
You know, you can. It just doesn't work, does it?
No, there's got to be freedom of expression and singing in the grounds, yeah.